ni kama there are these things zenye there are certain people wamekuwa perceived ndio wako wanajua, so wewe ukitaka kuwa part of it lazima uko so good ndio aseme we can take you as well.
Anyway, bana shabana topic kuongelea my guys pull up. This is the You Guys Bana podcast. Jina nivoke hapo hivi.
My name is Emmanuel.
And I have a question for all of you, hata kama uko kwa comments pale pale popote unaona. Do you think there are jobs that are meant specifically for one gender or the other? And two, do you think for any job kuna yenye a boy or a girl has to work 10 times as hard to actually get it? For example kayo nimeuliza ya ball. You have a choice between two channels, labda uko na TV mbili. And then moja umeweka ni dem anaongelea ball, ingine ni boy. Which are you more likely to look at? Personally, nasiko baya, I will probably define myself tuning into the one that is men. Because in my head, I've already perceived men know more about football than the girls. Siko baya, and I'm not doing a nini before I'm attacked, but I think like it's just a natural instinct. You know? Like it will take a lot of work for the lady to convince us anajua ball. Tuseme kama ile rosa story ya Ketabdo. How long did she take to actually now come out na onyesha na bethe me I'm good at what I do?
Probably she had to start from scratch.
I know.
Angeanza tu kwa chini, anaanza kama, there are these jobs by the way, you need to come from scratch, prove step by step. Yeah.
For example, hata niseme tu, maybe there are even more ladies or better ladies wanajua. Acha ni hivyo. Let's talk about the pundits who talk about football in the UK. Majority of those pundits know nothing about football. They're just good at playing football when they were at their respective clubs. Na wengi ni wa ile team ya red. Ile. So they just get the airtime. And there are people who know it. For example, Ketabdo labda pali aliko CBS na nini za America does not get as much money. But if she comes to England, she's probably among the best pundits. Hata labda ndio takuwa the best pundit around. She knows her stuff. She knows how to entertain. Anajua how to do her work. Lakini hawa wengine huku vini kelele tu.
But anyway, football analytics pia. I think kuna the brand. Yeah. So I think pia the wase na considering factor kama you see when you're a player already you may create brand kama you are Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, you have a history.
So they already assume you know football because you play football.
It's not really assumption. It's more like ni kama sasa umeona hizi jobs za madem zenye wanapewa kazi advertisement because hao ni brand.
Ni brand wanakaa fit.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean unaweza pata kuna mse mwenye si brand but anaweza fanya way better job, but mostly utapata huyo mse atapull numbers just because they are ni brand and people are just looking for airtime.
But me, I usually say great content or great nini will always give you airtime. You can maybe get the few airtime na some people because they pull the numbers. But if another person comes and does well, say for example CBS Golazo, ilikuwa na watu wote, but then it took time, and the moment it graced social media, ili take over kila msako like this is the best punditry work tunaonanga. Na yeta say Mika Richards that umaimsikia before. Like that guy literally knew him from CBS. Karaha na Thierry ndo tulikuwa tunawajua. But when they are there, it feels so natural, it feels so well done, it's choreographed. Like it feels way good. Na Ketabdo ako hapo hivyo the middle. And you're the head of it all. Na she runs it so well.
But let me ask you.
At the end of the day, it is ruling because it's great content.
So let me ask you. Do you think Ketabdo is a good moderator wa sports ama analysis yake ndio iko juu ama ni combination of both?
Combination of both. When she talks about the football, when she does talk about the football, it's well. And she also knows how to moderate and introduce and handle it all. Like ni the glue that puts it all together. Ana moderate na pia anajua the questions and she knows her stuff. Juu utamwambia stuff ya ball alafu anafikiria twice. She will talk about it.
Okay.
You see?
So you are saying say kama unajua hii show ya inaitwa Kelly and Wright. Yeah? So there is a lady hapo anaitwa Kelly. How would you rate performance?
Okay. Honestly, I know there is a show like that exists, but I don't even watch it. I just
okay, because huyo dem ako hapo kumoderate. Anakaa ni kama
she's a moderator more
than an
analyst.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, another question, it was leading to something. You see, the same way, ulisema there are people wanna get the influencing jobs and stuff. So they're maybe even cooking. If you are, okay, maybe these days, people have already assumed that if the chef is a man, the food is probably better than if it's a lady. Though kitambo, if you are being cooked, okay, for example, mom ukiochi podcast, sorry. My mom says she does not believe a man can cook good food, or can cook food that is, nitasemaje, that can cook good, clean food. And I'm meaning it to men, most men, they are just quick. They want kuchanganya kila kitu, and they will not cook it cleanly. Yeah, meaning like, yeah, okay, not only men, but mostly men. Yeah, she finds it hard to eat men's food.
But do you find it, do you know that the most wase wenye wako na very great content ya cooking, most of them are guys?
Si ndio nasema, these days people have already accepted it, but they are like kitambo, and there are some people from the kitambo, they are like, hey, men kidogo easy.
Because there's this guy from Britain, you know him?
Britain.
Huyo msewa Nat Geo mwenye anakuanga na food adventure.
I don't know. I know the other guy from America.
He's called?
Hell's Kitchen. Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Ni wa Britain na ni American.
Ni wa Britain.
Ni American.
He's British.
That guy is American.
Are you sure?
I swear. Home guy has got British.
All right. Maybe.
He does not even have a British accent.
Really?
Man, I love British accent. Utajua hiyo.
All right, I have to check.
Check. There is no way. That guy is in. Okay, me I like to cook, and I like the way he cooks it, and I don't think he's British even one bit. I think he's American all the way. And the way he see kila kitu yake iko based in America.
He's British.
He's British.
Yeah.
I swear, nasemanga mzawani America. Kama ameishi America.
No. I don't really think he's American. Okay.
Like literally his kitchens ziko America. Everything he does is in America.
Yeah, but see, accent yake iko na British.
Lakini
umaisikia accent za
kwa umbali. Umaisikia American.
Umaisikia accent ya mse wa New York.
Najua blacks. Blacks are too unique.
Hata pia wase wa New York wanakuanga na very slurry accent. Yeah. But ya Gordon iko more, it's more bookish. Kai yenye tunafunzwa huku Kenya.
Anyway, but for example, me, Gordon Ramsay na ana job to zake. He knows how to cook.
Gordon Ramsay.
He's one of the people who made me love cooking, but I hate cooking because it takes too much time. I love cooking because good food is sweet food. Okay. But yeah, he's among those people. But in the same light, nani mwingine? Which job? Let's talk about. For example, umeenda kwa mjengo, and then you see ladies ndo wengi hapo wanawaka. Will you trust that mjengo?
Bana, that's okay. It depends with what tools they are using to work.
Napenda vile umesema it depends. If it was a man, you will not even think twice if it depends.
Because
hata kuuliza if it was the men who majority are working, would you ask it depends on what tools they are using?
Not really.
Exactly.
And it's not,
exactly my point.
It's not really because ladies are to build anything sustainable.
Hatujasema hivyo, mimi nimeuliza tu perception.
It's just that the perception is they don't have enough strength ya ku bring. But do you think they actually have enough strength to build a house on their own? Probably yes, right?
Girls?
Yeah.
No, they need tools.
It depends on which kind of house, because inaweza kuwa a wooden house. Yeah.
Sawa, I am asking about a stone wall house to be specific, but
yeah, masonry nayo inaka overbearing, honestly, for the feminine energy.
Anyway, like
especially kama it's a flat and there are no manpower, so that's why it's called manpower. Although sometimes man is both female and male, but I think there's some jobs that for example, you can't expect them. Okay, you can expect ukuwe na watchman dem mwenye anakaa usiku. Sometimes it can happen, but it's very rare.
It's very rare.
Wengi wanakonga mchana because mchana there's
less
no
risk
much.
of nini, sindio?
Yeah.
But mimi nikiulizwa, okay, in such a situation, either way, mwizi akikama hapo hivyo na gari, either huyo mjamani mwanamume ama dem, bado ataangushwa chini. Hakuna stuff atadu.
Yeah, but
ni ile tu na assume probably dem atakuwa more scared ama maybe like you feel more safe. You feel safer.
Acha nikupe a very interesting analogy. Wewe ukiona mtu kama Kepa ako kwa goal na unachapa free kick, say na kuinspire like una get confidence.
So kama mimi nikiona ni dem anachunga.
So if you're a thief, alafu ende hapo unaona wachini dem. Imagine to some extent as a thief it gives you the motivation like haushtuki sana, but if it's a guy you have to look like guy anakaa anaendanga gym, anakaa ameungaunga, you know, because if you don't have let's say tools zako of trade, let's say a gun or a knife or anything, then chances are he will roughen you up. Or hata unaweza kuwa na hizo na yeye hawezi jua maybe pia ako
nazo, so kunaweza kwa retaliation.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
So
but the same thing actually, I just hesitate and hit the moon appear about perception. Niko like saizi in this day and age ukiona sijui kama drive kwa junction no adem kama mzaizu hata maybe see like sasa uliona drive especially sema kwa junction na kuna vile mnapimiana na msee tuseme hakuna lights, so unataka kupita na ama tuseme unataka kuingia alafu unaangalia the moment naona ni dem naweza take risk juu niko like hata ni break ya more likely. Hata sasa unavuka barabara, let alone ku drive, hata kama unavuka barabara ukiangalia ngone ni dem ndio kwa steering wheel, you'll get more confidence ku take that risk of kuvuka uki expect at a stop. But kiwa mwanamume mimi kwanza na because najua huyu anaweza kusa kunisimamia amweka mbaya like it's a perception because like different things. So the same way so many matatu ni dem like kwa imagine no dem ata survive kwa barabara with such a perception that dem ni more gullible na atakubreakia as a driver. Maybe that's the reason they don't get that work, because already there is that perception huyu ata break each and every time, hata take risks. You see like tuseme ni ku overlap sasa kuna jam, unaona kama this is a lady, what are the chances at overlap? You see like uko like na mimi sasa kama ni mwenye gari I would rather give it to a man kiassume a man na utapata huo dem ako fiti na anaweza overlap na paizo vitu zote.
Yeah, I think it's perception, and sometimes maybe that's why women fight for gender equality.
But me, I will not really say.
But it.
Okay, this happen
because ideally, the reason why hatujatoka kwa hii perception is because sisi kama maboy hatuja accept kuwa nini.
Acha nikuulize hivi, you are saying about gender equality na perception na nini and maybe nini. So my question is this: it's a perception. Is it a true perception or not? We are not saying all girls, we are saying most girls. Is it true or not?
No, see the thing is
it's a true or false.
Okay, it's a perception.
It's a perception based on something that people see. So is it a fact that majority of women or girls on the road will most likely brake or stop at a junction to allow other motorists to go?
Well, I usually like to use statistics, because sometimes unaja something weird about statistics. You might think that actually happens,
but it's not happening.
It might not necessarily. Inaweza kuwa like hata difference ni kidogo sana to actually say that it may be other factors kama
sawa. Yeah. Let me ask you uko na statistics za such a case?
No, I don't have statistics.
Now let me ask you. So you don't have a statistic, so let me ask you this. When you are on the road, sawa, whether driving or crossing or doing whatever you are doing on the road, do you usually check if it's a man or a woman? Who is on the steering wheel?
Well, for me, I don't usually.
Whether you have already crossed or not.
Okay, me, I don't usually check. Like, I don't consistently check.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe once in a while I can.
Can you give us the statistics of how many times a man or a woman lets you pass? Like, sazile tu inasonga, and then you can see like even before you start crossing, like just break and give you way between a man and a woman. Of all the times you've seen, give us a statistics.
Okay, I don't have statistics.
See, from what you've seen, so you can calculate from what you've seen.
From what I've seen.
Hey, I'm not asking from statistics from Nini that was that.
Okay, honestly, well, it could be true, because I mean, statistically, females are more careful drivers, so they would say you would assume that because that's the general assumption here. But you see, again, it might not necessarily be it.
Yes, I've not said it is it. I've just said the statistics back that majority do it. So it's common for people to perceive that anyone can. See, at kila time itakuwa hivyo, but majority of the time that is how it is. Like you see, with gender equality and the way the people fight for this thing, men and women are two different people. They have they handle emotions differently. They are physically different. Like these are two different people. There is no way a man and a woman can be the same person. No way. Hata mkisema you identify or do whatever you want to say. A man is a man, a woman is a woman. Emotionally, physically, and there is no way they can do the same. At the end of the day, kuna a few people who are different. There are a few men who are more emotional, maybe. See kitu mbaya, you're still a man, but you are just a little bit more emotional, maybe. But at the end of the day, you are probably more physically able than the woman. There's cases where the woman is more physically able. But at the end of the day, we are basing all this on what the majority is. Unaona? So kama niko hiyo barabara, you can base it on women are more careful, they'll not take more risks, they will do this. So if I want my car taken care of well, I'll probably give it to a woman. Because I know the woman will take it. Like hata saizi mtu akuombe gari kati ya sister yako na brother yako, you'll probably be more safe ukipea sister yako kuliko upe brother yako. You see, at the end of the day, it's about how you perceive and how you do it. Brother yako unaweza mnyima gari ukisema ukija, lakini pia unaweza nyima bibi yako juu like ni mwoga atagongesha. Like it's all about how you see things and what is your risk and
yeah. Perception shapes everything anyway. Perception is like they say, how people perceive you is more important than who you really are.
But I would like to know, actually I wish tungekuwa na dem. Ningetaka kujua if there is a nini, because there are so many women who complain about this, where they are not given an opportunity to do anything in the workplace or anywhere because they are a woman. Because there is one case niliona Twitter, I think a few days ago ama juzi. This girl alikuwa amekuja Twitter akiran, sijui ni wa country gani. Alikuwa amerant ako like alikuwa amebukiwa for a shoot. I think it was a music shoot, akwe model or something. And then on the day of the shoot, I think alikuwa Kenyan, okay, I'm not sure. On the day of the shoot, akafika and then a producer or somebody akamshow, we have gotten another girl. We have to kutaki tena. Sasa washafika. Then akaambia wewe ishia tutakupea fare. Akampea sijui how much, and then the girl was complaining, and then ako like, why didn't you tell me earlier? Ako like, you are even lucky we even giving you fare. Tungekupea thao tukwambie sorry for your troubles uende zako. So sisi hata ni wazuri tunakupea fare, tunakupea money uende pale umeenda. But she was complaining because she was supposed to get a lot of money. She was not given any deposit or anything. Because she's black, to say okay, this is woman, but she's black, and the one who was chosen was light skin. So alikuwa complain about it. So I would like to know how many instances do women face. I'm not sure. Even for men, I don't know if men pia wao.
Yako ni racism.
Okay, cannot say the racism. At the end of the day, wewe unataka kenye itasell kwako. Like okay, siko baya, it's not racism. Kitu angefanya one, if you are that lady, write a contract. Tunasainiana, you give me certain amount of deposit. If you yenye najua, even if I come and you do not hire me, I am not nini. 2, this person is entitled to have anyone they want in the music video, whether they're light skin or dark skin. It's about beauty. Kwani say I'm looking for money myself, so why should I stick to the black one or the white one? Missy mind. If you anything that sells, if you're black and you look good and you have the numbers, I'll take you. But if the white one will look good on the video, why not?
Yeah, so we got to your question. So what was your question?
My question is, I want if there are women or there are men who out there have been nyimwad opportunity because they are either male or female.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
Have you ever been in such a situation?
Okay, me, I don't really think, but I think it happens every time.
Have you known someone?
Okay, I do not know like somebody in person, but maybe I've heard stories of people who've like women and for example, if you're hiring between a lady and a guy, it could happen that let's say if you're going for higher positions kama CEO, utakuwa especially if the board of directors iko na more males, unaweza kuwa leaning to a male figure as opposed to female. For some reason, I don't know why, but it happens. Actually, I think unaisikia history inaitwa women wanakuanga na glass ceiling. Kama inaitwa aje?
I think nimesikia something. I'm not sure if it's the glass ceiling. Nimesikia
it's a glass ceiling where as they go up the ladder, males are preferred more than women because of the general perception that men are the one who are supposed to lead, plus kuna other backstories. Utapata dem atakwambia anataka maternity leave, but if you have a CEO guy, probably atakuwa na most of those issues. Hata kama atakuwa maybe wife wake atakuwa na mtoi, but still atakuwa job.
Okay, me even okay, kuna hiyo, but me what I'm mostly even asking, it's not about the role in a company, it's about a specific job. Tuseme umeenda kupika mahali, wewe umeenda na wanaume, wewe ni dem umeenda umecheza wanaume, umeambiwa bana kama hao ndo wanakuja kupika acha ikae. Ama you are a man, umeenda mjengo, umechukua contract ya mjengo, and then umekuja na lori mzima ya ladies, and then mtu ako like no, me don't want that one, that's the one I want to hear if it has actually happened, where not just one, like okay, even one iko sawa, but even if sazile mko wengi, like you are in this day and age, because I think maybe kuna perception, but I don't think people are still not being given opportunities in certain workforces because they're of a certain gender. I don't think it still happens. You will get the opportunity if you're good enough, I think.
Okay, I maybe it's becoming less and less popular these days, because at least siku hizi watu wamekuwa more exposed to this sort of realities, but I still think that it happens. I don't really think imeisha, because I mean
like you are not like unaambiwa no, like umekuja hapo hivyo papers and everything shows that you are the most qualified candidate, and then unaambiwa like unakosa kupewa hiyo kazi or whatever juu kuna mtu mwingine.
Yeah, it happens. It does happen. I would like to get a third opinion, but in my the way I see the world run its things, it doesn't necessarily mean that hizi vitu za gender equality, hizi inequalities, because you're female, because you're male, you are, these things happen every time. They happen every day actually. Yeah, they do.
Interesting. Anyway, I want to know, by the way, hapo hivyo kwa comments, if you are a guy or a woman who has ever gone mahali ukaambiwa by the way hapo hivi we do not hire men or we are not hiring ladies, please tell us, because I don't think it happens. I think a perception, tuseme kama ni kazi I think it's just a perception that one gender can do a job better than the other, but I don't think people actually do not get such opportunities. It will be interesting to know. But then if you know anything ama nini, tell us somewhere pale kwa comments, but popote, talk to us. And this is the You Guys Bana podcast.
All right. Cheers, guys.